I will start making video now. And I don't remember. I didn't remember that I didn't even make it. This is the first video. In any case, yeah, screw it. Back to the point. Today, Friday, March 3rd, 2023. Piston ring gap done. Crankshaft been installed in place. Okay. That's the crank in place. You remember this is the with a single hole here. Fine. Here front like this, because it's very difficult to see the part number. That's why I'm pointing the drills on the counterweight for the balancing. So it spins fine, it spins beautiful. I have put assembly grease. Okay, it doesn't bite anywhere. It's how it's supposed to be. How I get used to it till now, at least. All right. So crankshaft in place, bolts been torqued down. All right. Piston ring gap done, numbered per cylinder. Okay, it's married. And now we are starting with the piston connecting rods. All right. That's the piston. For those who's not familiar with the 177, this is the 177 that you can find on the C63S. All right. You see the dome of the piston. This is more close to the style of the E-Class on the E63S, because the E63S than the C63S has two differences. One is the twin scroll turbocharger, and the other one is the piston. It has a different, the compressor ratio, the static compressor ratio is different on the E63, and the dynamics is different, but in any case. So this is lower compression piston, this is higher compression piston. Fine. Then the connecting rod. That's the stock connecting rod. Nothing wrong with the connecting rod. All right. This is the aftermarket. It can handle much more. Unfortunately, the crankshaft cannot handle so much torque. You have to be careful with the torque. The connecting rod, see, you cannot, if the fuel mixture is okay and you don't have pre-ignition detonations, too afraid to compromise, let us say, the small end of the connecting rod or the connecting rod bearing, or to don't melt any piston, or to don't expand that much the piston ring, because even if I make the gap, if you are lean, you can expand the piston ring. You can burn the piston ring if you want. So let us say that you're okay with the ignition timing, you're okay with the fuel mixture, you're fine in taker temperature, everything is beautiful, all right? But you are reaching at one point, at one level, that the crankshaft is not going to handle. You're going to start twisting. You're going to have, let us say, if here it's 0 degrees, here back you're going to exceed the 4 or 5 degrees of twist, and then you're going to start bending the crank. It happened on the MA57. On the MA57 it's more easy, because making much more torque. On the MA77 it didn't happen yet, but definitely somebody will going to happen that, to somebody. It's gonna happen, unfortunately. It's a matter of time. Yeah, how I said that. So we have connecting rods, pistons, the wrist pin. Beautiful, amazing. Alright. The seat here, the rod specification. Okay. And connecting rod bearings. I'm continuing with that. I have to pull out my tools, get some weight. Oh, dang it. Sorry. Holy shit, I hope that you didn't have the volume up. Oh boy. So, why I didn't pause it? No problem, who gives a fuck? The tools for the balancing, the scale, pen and paper, calculator. Let's do the math here to see that's okay, that doesn't have any problem. It, like I said, it should be between 0.1 to 0.2 grams plus minus. Between connecting rods, between pistons, between wrist pin. I just don't want to come all together in one piston connecting rod and wrist pin. That's my point. And the bolts, obviously, and the connecting rod bearings. So, what else? Nothing else. I'm stopping here. I'm going to continue. You're going to see when I finish, it's going to be all together. Fine? Fine. Here, what do we see here? 2, 6, 14, 18, 36, 38, 50, and 54. I have to double check the numbers that we are talking about the same. I have to check the total weight. Alright. Translation weight. This is supposed to be the small end. It's supposed to be. This is supposed to be the total weight, and the big end weight. It's you have to subtract. Sorry, this from this, and then we're gonna find the big end probably. Alright. fine. We are looking good. So far, so good. 7th of February 2023, obviously, not July 2nd, 2023. In Europe, we have first the date, then the month. All right. Yeah, moving on. Yeah, no need this anymore. This doesn't belong to the customer. This is from a different 177. I had it here for a measurements sample. Yeah. Let me show you also the pistons from the other side. Alright, that's the stock piston. And that's the aftermarket piston. Has a bridge there at this point. And stuck my finger inside now. Lovely. Oh boy. Yeah, there you go. Moving on. Okay, at this point, I'm a little bit angry at this point. I'm gonna explain why. Just keep in mind that me, I'm nobody, like I've said before, alright? I'm just an employee, I'm just a mechanic. I'm just saying what I have in front of me. Fine. I mind my own business, and if I see something wrong, I mention. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm starting with the connecting rods and the pistons. Okay? And I'm saying what I'm saying. The connectors on the 177 has an offset. Fine. It's not something new. You see that from this side it's more height, from the other side it's flush. Alright? And you can see the same thing on the stock connector rod. From this side it has a lip, from this side it doesn't have a lip. Fine. This one, if you put it, let us say, in the bank 1, it has to point in this way. The lip, it has to point in front. If you put in the bank 2, you have to point it that way. This lip going backwards on the bank 2. And the bank 1, front. Correct? Correct. So one thing is that, you see the lip is on the left. So if I put it on the bank 1, like this, if I insert it, the number, it's pointing up. So I'm not going to have a view from down the number. So me, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna mix it up, but somebody, if he doesn't pay attention, he can easily mix up the cap from the 38 connecting rod, let us say, with the number 50, as an example. I'm just saying, alright? Because it's not like the stock one, it's flush. You can easily mix it up, especially when you don't have the number in front of you. That's the one thing. Then, the lip, it's on my left. I'm placing down the connecting rod like this. The lip, it's on my left. I'm placing the connecting rod down like this. Fine? Correct? Correct. Okay? Alright. Now, on the stock connecting rod, the two notches for the upper and the lower bearing, it's here. On this connecting rod, it's not there. It's from this side. What does mean that one? Let's see. Let's make one test, alright? So, if I get this bearing, this connecting bearing, you see the lip? This comes here up, alright? But, on this connecting rod, the original connecting rod, I cannot put it like this, because the lip is here up. And you see where's the lip? So, I have to place it down. That means, on the original connecting rod, this connecting bearing, it goes down. But on the aftermarket, I cannot place it down. It's physically impossible to place it down because of the lip there. I make myself clear? Now, if you pay attention on the connecting rods, on the connecting bearings, in all of the Mercedes, at least on the AMGs, on the engines that I'm working, alright? There are some difference. It's not exactly the same. The upper with the lower. Even the number is different. Here. I believe that there is a reason why. There is a reason why to be like this. But that's me. It might be the same, alright? But for me, I like to place it as it is from the factory. I mean, there should be a reason why to place this one down and not up. And especially, there are engines that they have the same bearings, upper and lower. That it doesn't matter where you're gonna put it. Let us say if you check the Volkswagen Audi, you see that it doesn't even have a lip. Fine, fine. But in this case, you have different, the finishing is different. This is in all of them, it's not only on this, in any of the connector bearings that you're gonna see, there is some difference. One is a little bit more shiny, the other one is a little bit more matte. Fine. So, I'm saying that the number, it's pointing up. To me, to my eyes, it's wrong, all right? Fuck the number. Don't give a fuck about the number. The connecting rod bearings. On the original connecting rod, the lower, on the aftermarket, you have to put it on the upper. You cannot put it on the lower. I don't know what effect you're gonna have on the engine. How you're gonna end up the story. I don't know. All right? Third thing. The one I said it was a number. The second it was the connecting rod bearings. The third one, I tried to open this connecting rod. I remove first this bolt from here, and as soon as I remove it, the connecting rod, before I remove this bolt, I just lose both bolts, and then I took out first this one. As soon as I did that and I went to this one to take it out, it spins. Give me a second, please. Wait. Give me a minute. So as soon as I did that, the connecting rod, it moved here. I said it's impossible. Why? Because there are these two pins. There is this pin and this pin that you cannot, even if you remove the bolts, you cannot take it out. I'm never hammering and never hitting the connecting rod, the caps or the connecting rods. Never, ever, ever. I have dealt with these connecting rods. I don't remember how many times. I don't know how many engines I have closed with these connecting rods. All right. And I'm saying, I'm sending at the office because I can't also answer. That's why I'm a little bit angry. I'm saying that the number is not in the right position. And then I'm getting an answer that, you know what, it doesn't matter the number, this is only for the factory. Wrong. For me, it's also to identify that you are dealing with the correct cap on the correct connector rod. One. Second, it doesn't matter, they have made thousands of engines, thousands of M177, that was their answer, and I have it also on WhatsApp. They have made thousands of engines, and they don't have any problem. I hope to be the case, because this gives me the green light to close it. All right. Third thing, they said to me, somebody hammered the connecting rod and it broke the pin. I didn't even have a chance to put it on the vise and take it out, because I'm making it how I'm taking it out. Slightly like what I'm doing all the time. You just massage it a little bit up and down and it comes nicely out. You have to align these two, because if you make it this way or this way, it's not gonna come out. And it never happened to me after all these times with the same way that I'm separating the connecting rods. I never had a problem, and I never hit it, I never hammered it. There is not a fucking single mark on the connecting rod. I can send it back and you can see that the connecting rod, it doesn't have a single mark from me, from anybody actually. This is how it looks like. So now, they said to me that doesn't matter about the number, it's fine. Doesn't matter about the connecting rods that's upside down, the connecting rod bearings, it's fine. And the pin, they're blaming me that I hit the connecting rod. Thank you very much. Amazing. After all these years, that's what you get back as an answer. Beautiful. Like I said, I'm just an employee, right? Yeah. I see what's wrong. Now I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with the pin. We might have any old connector rod here. We're gonna say I'm gonna remove this from inside. Wish me luck to remove it out and to fix it to continue. That's all. Moving on. And after all these years, now I'm coming also more angry. Now they're sending me through WhatsApp, all right, from the manufacturer of these connecting rods, this picture. They're sending me this picture to me. That even the way how they're separating it's wrong. Fuck this one, okay? Like I said to WhatsApp, please don't talk to me again. I have already blocked you. I don't want to have nothing with you. Fine. That's it. Just for fun. You have seen me whenever I'm dealing with any aftermarket connecting rods and has a paper inside, and if you watch also previous videos, I'm saying watch the seat, what it comes with the pistons to the connecting rods. That's my advice to everybody, because they might change something and you might use the same connecting rod, let's say, for 5 years. All right? Example, like the asshole that he's talking right now, that who's making the video. I'm talking about me. All right? Maybe you're using for 5 years, more than 5 years. I don't even remember how many years. All right? Maybe you're using for 5 years the connectors. All right? They might change something, and you don't know. All right? That's why it's important to read the paper sheet, these instructions. All right? That it comes together either with the connecting rods or the pistons, the weight, and all these things. All right? And now, after all these years, they're sending me through WhatsApp this picture how to separate the cap from the connector rod. How amazing is that? I have a better way to separate it without destroying the connecting rod, without hammering it, even with a mallet, even with nothing. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Amazing. 2023, right? Let's go back 10 years. You have to consider yourself that you're lucky because I'm not mentioning other things, more important things. Okay? I'm just a fucking employee. Let it pass.